Hello, it's me. I'm back. So I've been missing. Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Nicole and this is Be a Flamingo, and I make and sell crochet items, and I've been missing in action for about a month now. A couple of reasons. One, I needed to take some time away just to make loads and loads of stuff because I had two big events in June. I've just finished the second one, which was yesterday, and a health update. I'm going to do a different video with health update because it's a bit of a, yeah, we're not here for that, we're here for markets. So I didn't take too much footage, so we're going to go with the first. I'm going to do both in this video. The first one was something called West Kirby Live, and it is a town. They basically it's basically bands and singers and performers, and it's all the way around the town, and all the bars and restaurants and everything. And they also had where I was, which is Coronation Gardens, some stalls. We had the kids activities and live bands as well. So it went from 10 AM to 8 or 9 PM, and it was a terrible day weather-wise. It was just chucking it down all day, but British weather, isn't it? Because it'd been sunny for so long before that, and then the Saturday it just chucked it down from start to end, and like downpours, and there's like nothing stopped us though. Us Brits, we are hardy. So I'm going to insert my footage here for West Kirby, and then I'll run through the whole thing. So footage, woo! Good morning, welcome back to my vlog. My name's Nicole, this will Be a Flamingo. I'm currently steaming up in the car because today is market day and it's chucking it down. Really big one today. It's in the next town along, West Kirby, and they've got a West Kirby Live, which is live performances throughout the day and all the way around the town really. And they've got a little craft market. Car's packed. I'm using the gazebo for the first time today. No idea how to put it up still. It's also going to be windy and we're right by the coast. I have got weights, but I'm a little concerned. But anyway, I best be going because otherwise I'm going to be late to meet my friend who's sharing my tent with me. I will be recording during the day, hopefully. I'll see you soon. So we're about 2.5 hours in and I'm pretty much near enough sold out. So let me show you what my table looks like. Hold on one moment. There's Jen. Jen, do you want to say hi? Hi. Let's look at Jen's lovely stuff as well. She does this amazing resin coaster. Look at all this. I do not need another mug. I might need another mug. Are they dishwasher safe? Right, so it's very wet outside. A lot of children this morning going around, and this is my table. Bob's still here. Axolotls. We've only got flamingos, dinosaurs, goldfish. That's it. That is it. That's all I've got. We're out of capybaras. What else are we out of? Bees, capybaras, ducks in hats, chickens. And little mini cows. So yes, and that's 2 hours in, 2.5 hours in. Okay, I'm back. Hopefully that was okay footage. I'm trying to remember, it's a week ago and I'm like, what's happening? It's Sunday morning and I've got a massive cup of tea. I'm kind of like, feel like I've got a hangover, so I'm now so tired. But I wanted to get this out, so get this done. So West Kirby, I told you what it was. We were set up in the gardens first time I'm using my gazebo. I was sharing my gazebo with my friend Jen, and I'll just run you through the day. So getting there was fine. I managed to, I don't know how, because West Kirby is terrible for parking. I managed to park right outside the gardens. It was brilliant. So I didn't have to lug everything so far. Putting my gazebo up was quite easy actually. I had the people next door, they came and helped me, and they were lovely, Ellen and her husband. And so I got that up. The problem was they hadn't cut the grass was quite long, and there was dog poo. And I was like, oh, just move all this dog poo. It was just a bit, I think the garden people should have, normally it's a lovely garden, well maintained and everything, but I don't know what happened. So yes, I got gazebo up. I had to put all 4 walls up. So I had 2 solid walls and 2 curtain walls. And so the 2 curtain walls open, but part of it was sort of like shaded, just to try and stop the rain coming in. Set up, I got set up within an hour because I was there from 9 AM. I knew the kids started at 10. Jen, it's a running joke in this one, she started at 9 as well with me, and she got set up at 11:30. So at 10 o'clock all the kids came in, and that's what my crochet stuff is for kids. And I think one set of kids spotted me, and then that was it. They were just crowded in the tent. So Jen was trying to set up, and I'm at the back and just surrounded by kids and everything. I think about 2.5 hours in, I was at 3/4 of the way gone, no stock, which was amazing. But then I predicted that all the kids were going to be there, and my prices are set at the good stage. It was a wet day. Footfall was really good, even though it was wet. Loads of dogs, loads of puppies as well. I was like, there's a dog tax if you walk through past my tent. I was like, if you've got a puppy, you're like, you can't walk past without us having a cuddle with a puppy. It was brilliant. So for me, it was really good. I had about 3 hours to go and I'd sold out. I just, I packed all my stuff up, left my table up. So Jen moved some of her stuff over to my table. I just sat there enjoying it really, chatting with people. And just enjoying being out in the rainy weather. So for me, it was really good. Now I haven't got pictures of everything I have made, because I've made a lot of new things, but I'm going to do a different video with all the new things I've been doing and everything. I'm going to tell you what I sold. Now this is a mixture between cash and card, so I take both. I'm not going to tell you the totals because I don't think the totals are true, because I had amounts taken out and just I don't want to tell you really, not now. But I'll tell you what I sold. Right, so I had these capybaras, little mini capybaras in lemons. So you had like little hatching eggs, so sort of lemons and little capybaras. From Green Frog Crochet, she's got some hatching animals, absolutely brilliant. So I had 6 of those, and those were the first things to sell out. So I sold all 6. Then I had mini cows in ice creams, again from Green Frog Crochet. And I had, how much did I have that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those. I sold out of those. I had ducks in frog hats. I don't have any. I've got nothing to show you. I'm so sorry. I took 4 of those. I sold out of those. Had ducks in strawberry hats. I had 4 of those. Sold out of those. I had 2 pink bees, bumblebees. Sold out of those. I had 6 yellow bees. Sold out of those. I had dinos. So these were my just mixed dino mixtures. I had 8 of them. Goodbye all 8. I had 4 blue axolotls and 4 pink axolotls, so 8 in total. Or they went. I had 8 goldfish, and I think I ended up with 5. I think 3. I sold 3 because then I found 5 when I was packing up in my bag. Where they went. I had 4 mini flamingos. They're mini flocker birds. They all went, and then I had 3 chickens as well, mini chickens. They all went. My larger items, I had a bunny, which was from Crochet Grove. It's one of her free patterns. I had 1 of those, that went. I also had a giraffe, which I love. If you're on my Instagram, which is BA Flamingo UK, link down below, you'll be able to see my giraffe, which is also from Crochet Grove, and I love making this. That sold. I also had a pony, a horse pattern from Crochet Grove. Can you tell who I'm loving at the moment? And I made a My Little Pony and also a horse, but I've still got those. I made a mermaid, which I think is from Green Frog Crochet. I'm pretty sure it is because her head is quite big. I still got that. I had a mini elephant, that went. Flamingo, mini flamingo, that went. Still got my toucan. I had a cat, which I made a Misty cat from Lyra Looms. Lyra Looms? And I am loving her patterns at the moment. That sold. And from Sweet Snuggles Beans, I think it is, she has a toothless, or dragon, not toothless, but it is inspired by toothless pattern. I had 2 black ones and a coloured one. Both black ones went. And of course, Bob was with me, supervising. So yeah, so I literally sold everything. If I took 3 times the amount, I would have sold all that as well. It was that crazy. The problem I had is then I had no stock for the next week. So that was on the Saturday, and then a week later, which was Saturday, literally just yesterday, I had another big event. And even though I spent like a month making stuff, I just didn't have enough. So I spent a week making. So that was my West Kirby. That was my first big event I've ever done. And I was really like that. Putting up the gazebo was fine. Taking it down was fine. Realised the sandbags it comes with are terrible. Especially because we're by the coast. They're just not strong enough. So last week I went out and got cement ones. And Saturday was so much better. But I'm going to stop now. And I am going to show you my Griesby Day. So it's Griesby Day is another town, and they have a day just celebrating the town. There's loads of stalls, loads of food, activities. There was even donkey rides. I didn't even see that bit on the green. And yeah, so I'm going to put my footage in now, and then I'll sort of go through it and everything. But here you go, footage. Woo! All set up at Griesby Day, so let's go through what I've got. Bob's here supervising. It's my last little toothless dragon that I've got. Chickens. Yeah. Got some baby axolotls, which I new little pattern. Cute. Capybaras. Ducks and frog hats. These are so cute. These little frogs with little crowns on. Ducks with hats on. We've got a goldfish and seahorses. These little turtles, look. We've got, these are my new dinos. These are awesome. Look at those. These are my forest spirits. A bit of drama going on in the back here. We'll get some of that for you later. It's my forest spirits and a little fox. And I've got a toucan and a horse. So that's it. That's me set up. Behind the scenes footage here. We're in a terrible position. I'm going to show you. I'm going to stop this and turn you around and show you where we are, where the event is. So it's a Griesby Day, and it's like on the green, and there's like a big celebration, lots of fun fairy things and stuff like that. And I'll show you where we are. Hold on. So it's over there. So there's the community centre, which has got loads of stores in. There's loads of stores out here, but there's loads of space for us lot. We could go over there. And then behind these trees there's a green where the like activities are taking place. So you have to cross the road, and we are here by the shops. I'm trying not to get anybody in here. So it's look. Say hello. So we're all set up here. So Jen's in the front, and we keep stopping by there. I need to maybe put Bob up here I've got all my crochet stuff on the side. I'm here. There's my Indian behind us. So yes, that's where we are. And I have to say, I don't think I'm going to do well at all. Yes, you have to cross by there and go over there. And behind us is where all the event is. I'm trying to keep this not go as quick as possible on this. It's a Griesby day. It was a different event organiser, and they put us opposite the shops. So in my footage you'll be able to see there was a green, there was a big massive car park, there's a community centre, so the stores in the car park, stores on the green, and stores in the community centre, and all the entertainment, everything was happening there. And you had to cross the busy road, and then there's a line of shops, and we were outside the shops, about 9 other people with the stalls. When they messaged me and told me where I was, because we didn't know until like a couple of days before where we were going to be situated, I'm not going to say I'm pretty pissed, to be honest, because everything was over the road. Like, everything was over the road, and you had to actively cross the road to come and get to us. And I'm like, this isn't great. And getting there on the day yesterday, there was enough room in that car park to have all 9 of us traders. There was no reason for us not to be in that car park. And during the day, it was absolutely packed over there, and it was busy over our way, but not as busy over there. And I think that hurt a lot of us, a lot of the traders. I think it was just bad positioning. When I received my email, they said I was outside at hairdressers, and I emailed and I said, look, I've got 3 metre by 3 metre 10. Are we going to fit? They're going to say yes. Well, I saw that there was a massive plant of a massive tree. So get that, put up my gazebo. And you can't get to my gazebo because we weren't allowed to, we had to cover the side that was by the road. So people on the other side couldn't see us, because we couldn't see our stores, what we had in our stores. We had to cover that, and we had to face the shops. And there was a big massive planter. So they came, they said, you know, we didn't realise there was a planter there. I'm like, Phew. And so we had to pick up my tent and kind of squeeze it through and move it. And it was a better position, so Jen was at the front and I was at the side. I think for me, Jen did really well, and everybody stopped by her stuff. But mine, they kind of, unless the kids kind of walked around, they didn't really see mine, if that makes sense. So I need to bear that in mind if I do tent share again. Yeah, so it was about, there was about 9 of us on this side, and it was busy, but it wasn't as busy as the other side. And I kept saying, I think I held things during the week, just really peeved, to be honest. But I did sell, and I did make some money, so that was good. I'm going to go through what I did sell. So hopefully in my clips I would have done sort of a show you the whole thing, and you would have seen some of my new patterns. Didn't have as much as I had on the West Kirby, because what I had to make during the week. So I think I did quite well, really. So let's go through this. Now I've got a list here, I've got my list, so if I'm looking down, I'm sorry about that. So I had blue and pink axolotls, so I had 6 blue and 3 pink axolotls, and at the end of it I just had 2 blue axolotls left. I had 3 mini chickens. I like making my chickens. I tried the Mabel and whatever the Mabel chicken one was. Nobody liked it. My little chickens from Mini Flockers, from Knots by Jack, they really like those. So I had 3 of those, but I got 1 left. I had 2 pink bees. Now, I thought my bees would do really well, because there's this thing called Griesby. It's called Griesby, that's a town, and they sort of, somebody made a play on bee at the end, you know what I mean. So I thought my bees would do really well, but they didn't. I'm so glad I didn't make any more. So I had 2 pink ones, and they both sold, and I had 5 yellow ones, and I had only sold 1 of those. I had 6 goldfish left. I didn't put them in the bag. I wasn't happy with the size of the bag, and I just think I just need to tweak that. So I had 6 of those, and I still had 6 of those. my ducks in strawberry hats, my ducks in anything goes so well. I had 11 of those and I just had 1 left. I might have had 2 left because I kept some behind so then I could restock, but so maybe have 2 sets, so I sold 9. Let's go with 9. I had 8 with the ducks in frog hats and I just had 1 left. That was good. I took 3 seahorses, which is a pattern again by Crochet Grove, and I still have 3 seahorses left. I had a new pattern, a new turtle pattern, so I had no floppy heads this time, and I took 9 of those, and I sold 7. Everybody loves those. I think I just had the boring colours at the end, two boring colours left. So yeah. I had capybaras again, but these were the big ones. I had 5 of those. I just didn't manage to get any more done, and they sold straight away. And people came over and I said, "I'm sorry, I haven't got any more left." So there, I need to make so many more. And then I had these frogs in crown hats. Again, if you're on my Instagram, you'll be able to see these. And I had 4 of them, and I loved them. I only sold 2 of them. I was like, these are amazing. So this one also, I had larger dinos. So I didn't have my mini dinos. I had larger dinos, which were from Lyra Loon. Luna Line? Lyra? I am going to do Google Doc and do all this, but I'll do another, as I said, I'll do another video for all these patterns. And I had 5 of those. I was supposed to have 6, but I just realised on my desk I've got 1 left. But these are like, yeah, so they're quite big, so I had them for like £10. And I sold 1, which is my Brontosaurus, which I really, really loved. And I had it on the side. It looks a bit like Ness, and I really enjoyed making it. These patterns I really enjoy making because the layout of them, you can see, and they tell, you know, it's just the way they are. So I've got a few of her patterns. I'm probably going to get a few more today, not going to lie. So I sold 1 of my large dinos. I've still got my little pony and a horse left. Still got my toucan as well. I had a coloured toothless dragon, and that sold. That went. So I've got no more dragons left. And then I did these forest sprites. And I did 2 of them. I gave 1 for a raffle, and I've still got the other 1 left. And then I made a little fox that's about this big, and that sold straight away as well. So that's what I had, and that's what I sold. So I've got very little left. I've got a market in 2 weeks' time, and yeah, a market in 2 weeks' time, and that's at school. So that's going to be hopefully really busy. So I need to make lots more. So it's going to be very, very busy. I've also got a couple of things to show you. So in West Kirby, there was another lady called Debbie, and she knits, and she makes little cute knitted things. And I hadn't been around to any of the stores. I just didn't have a chance to because they're so busy. So the 2 kids came over, and they had these little frogs. I was like, they're so cute. They pulled them out of the bags. They're rock star frogs. And I was like, I need one of those. So this is my rock star frog. It sits on my, this is, I just, look at it, it's obviously a frog. It's got a little guitar. Little legs. This is all in a little jumper. How awesome is that? That's just £6. I was like, that is just, I love it. I've been telling everybody about this. And then I have a stepmom, and she's terrified of frogs. Sorry. But I couldn't resist this because this is like the cutest thing ever. So I ordered ones which I picked up yesterday for her, and her colour, she likes purple. The rockstar frog. So cute. But I think Debbie doesn't have any, I can't find any of her socials or anything, but she did really well at West Kirby, and she was there yesterday, and so she didn't have a huge amount yesterday. You could see that she was like sold so much. But yeah, I've got little rock star frogs. I'm going to show you these 2. Look at them, they're just so adorable. Sometimes you see things and you're like, I have to have that. No, no, oh, maybe not. No, I have to have that. And yesterday I didn't buy anything. I went round, had looked at everything, but I was like, I'm not going to buy anything, not going to buy anything. But when I was packing up and I had to trundle everything, it was so heavy, and my car was so far away, trundle everything. I didn't realise there was a 3D printed person that was set up on my little Rosa shop, and he had dragons. I think all he had was dragons, and he was busy all day. It was the thing, but I had to have a dragon. As he was packing up, I ran back. I said, I've got cash, let me have a dragon. It's only £5. Look at this. And I said to him, you know, he was talking about his, and I said I had a 3D print which is not working, and I said the filament that he's got is awesome. And he was talking about, and he uses the bamboos with the AMS system, so it's all printed in. But this is how amazing. And I don't normally go for this, because I know if I could get the filament I could probably print it myself, but I'm lazy, and as I said, I'm having issues with my printer. But I'm like, this is awesome. No wonder he did so well. So yeah, I've got that. That's it. They sit on my desk, got little trinket dishes, and on my computer screen, which is what I look at because I'm normally watching YouTube videos. Or at the moment I'm listening to Audible books. I can't get enough of them. I listen to like one Audible book a day because I'm just crochet. But yeah, they all sit around my little desk. It's probably cluttered. It's really cluttered and really needs a good clean. And they all just sit there with my little nice little thing. Oh, I like that. But yes, so that's what my goodies got. I didn't get much. Pop in there. Oh, pop your head there. So that was my yesterday. So that's my 2 big events that I've had booked for this year. I don't know if I'm going to do any more bigger ones. I'm not booked anything. I think I've got 2 in July, 2 normal events. But I need to go and now book. So I needed to get these ones out of the way, figure out how much stock I need, which is obviously I need double the amount of stock, especially if I'm going to kids' places. Yeah, and just see how I did body wise today. So last week, after, you know, putting it up, packing down, because I'm on my own. I do this all on my own. I live in an upstairs flat, so I have to lug everything downstairs, lug everything upstairs, put it in the car, and, you know, yada. Last week I wasn't too bad, but this week I didn't sit down as much because, Jen, you need to get a chair. And she had her daughter Esme, who was amazing, absolutely brilliant, and she was such an amazing help and just lovely. She had like this Mary Poppins bag of food. Every time I turned around, she said like, "What are you eating now?" So I was like, eating all the sweets, bless her heart. And she was lovely, and it was such a joy to have her. So I made sure she sat down and everything. But yesterday I was on my feet a lot, and with lugging everything, and everything was really heavy. I'm just getting more and more stuff taken with me. My body today has just had it. It needs a rest. So I'm going to take probably a week to recover. It's so bad, but I'm just knackered. My voice is going now. I'm tired, but I've got so much to do. But I'm loving to crochet. I love getting all these new patterns and just making what I like to make. And I'm not too bad, as long as I string things out. I'm not too bad with the batch making. I don't get too bored, and I'm just like finding new patterns. There's a Labubu pattern that I really want to make because I think they'll go so well. Yeah, I'm just really enjoying it. So I had 2 really good productive markets. Spent all the money on yarn already, but that's the way of the world. The way of the world. That's the way it goes. Yeah, so that's my update, and I will do another video, but probably later on in the week, showing you some new things I've been making, and giving you a bit of a health update really, and just having a chat. I think a nice little chat along will be really good. So I hope you like this video. Sorry it isn't long, or maybe it is long. I don't know how long I've been talking for, to be honest. I know I'm going to run out of battery on my phone because I video on my iPhone, and I need to go and have a cup of tea and probably listen to another Audible book and get the crochet bits out again. Right, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. Lovely comments. I've had so many lovely comments and some people asking where I was and everything, and it's so sweet, so very, very sweet. So hello everybody, but thank you very much. Have a lovely week and I will see you soon. Bye.